Yeah, it's super exponential growth, and it's hard for the brain to really comprehend just how fast these AI systems are growing and how intelligent they are. But they're going to be able to, leverage our work dramatically. So.
Hey there, future real estate legends. This is Jason P. Jordan, your go-to global real estate coach and the president and CEO, the Legends International team brokered by EXP Realty. I just wanted to thank you for being here and welcome you to another episode of the Lit Real Estate Show, where we interview our equity partners at EXP Realty in the USA and from all around the globe. Now, I just ask you to please subscribe to my channel by clicking the subscribe button and hitting that bell icon so you never miss another Lit show or any other future videos that I have then launch here on this channel. It also helps the show grow so we can get even more successful EXP Realty agents on to help you. Now, at the same time, if you're a subscriber, you'll get access to new shows before anyone in the world does. If you would, subscribe right now. Thanks so much. All right, let me introduce our guest speaker today, Mr. Eric White from Santa Monica, California. He's the founder of Dispatch AI Agents, a done-for-you AI-powered lead generation service built to help agents and investors prospect faster, smarter, and with far greater precision. Before Dispatch, Eric spent more than a decade in commercial real estate, building his career at Marcus and Millichap, where he made 300 plus cold calls per week and helped close over 50 million in transactions. He later founded his own brokerage, scaling it to 50 million in sales in its first year, while simultaneously building a personal multifamily portfolio in Los Angeles. Through disciplined value-add investing, Eric generated more than 3.4 million in profit over 8 years, developing a deep operator-level understanding of acquisitions, underwriting, negotiation, and execution. After years of grinding outbound the traditional way, Eric became deeply focused on applying AI to eliminate inefficiencies in prospecting and business development, leading to the creation of Dispatch. Based in Los Angeles, he now operates at the intersection of real estate, technology, and automation, helping professionals replace volume-based outreach with intelligent, personalized systems that scale. Eric recently joined eXp Realty and partnered with the Legends International team to expand Dispatch agents globally, leveraging a borderless platform designed for collaboration, innovation, and international growth. His mission is clear: to help agents, teams, and investors work smarter, reclaim time, and build scalable businesses using modern systems that compound results. So with that said, Eric, welcome finally to the call.
Thank you guys. Thank you. I really appreciate you having me.
Well, I go back to our first call, right? And I remember it was kind of just like Santa Monica, it felt like a roller coaster as we were kind of going through this thing, and I was trying to understand everything that you were talking about. And we were getting so excited, and we got to the end of that call. And I just remember you saying to me, "Man, I just got goosebumps." And I was like, "Me too," right? So I was super excited of everything you talked about, because I thought about like where we have been going as a team. And I'm like, Eric, Janine brought you to the conversation, I believe, at the absolute right time, right? So let's dive into our real estate time machine, our DeLorean. Okay. Let's roll the clock back, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Before you got into real estate, what were you doing, Eric, at that time?
Yeah, so my main focus for 8 years was actually pole vaulting. So I was a pole vaulter.
All right.
And I went to UCLA and competed there, and so I kind of developed that competitive drive and like skill set on how to get really good at things. So then I transitioned in 2011 into cold calling at Marcus Millichap.
Hold on one second. Okay, so I didn't know that you were a Division I athlete, right? So. And I don't know if I told you I was a D2 All-American swimmers, right? So,
I didn't know that.
So I didn't know that we had that in common. So that's really important to this story, right? So I spent the summer of '98 at the Olympic Training Center in Colorado Springs and trained with many Olympians. And understanding that goal setting and daily like tasks of KPIs, and vision casting your goals, I think that's super relevant to real
Totally.
estate and business in general. So don't just gloss over that, brother. I mean, Division I track and field at UCLA, brother. That's something to be said. So, all right. So
Yeah, no, for sure.
you moved from that and you go into the world of commercial real estate, right? Just straight out of
Which
school?
yeah, just straight to it. I always knew that I wanted to be rich and do business, and so I just sort of I knew I wasn't going to pursue the Olympics, and so it was just all in on business, and cold calling is a sport, so it was just really applying the same skill set to cold calling.
Yeah. Well, I think that anybody who goes out to LA to do anything wants to become rich, right? I mean, if you think about the idea of Hollywood, and you think about Silicon Valley, so don't be afraid to say that, brother. That's so talk about. So you were at Marcus and Millichap, and what made you decide to move from that and kind of go start your own thing? Kind of what was going on there? Kind of how did you grow that and then decide to build your own thing?
My plan was actually to always get into technology, but for whatever reason in my head, I thought, okay, I need to because I had some real estate connections, so I thought I needed to make the money there, build that out, and then move into technology. So that was just my plan. And so, after 5 years at Marcus Millichap, I started my own brokerage firm because I just didn't really like how things were being managed. I had my own plan, my own way that I wanted to scale. So I started Vault Brokerage, like pole vault, but vault.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
And so give me a time frame again on when this was going on, right? So
Yeah. So 2011, I was at Marcus Millichap. 2016, I left and started Vault. 2013, though, I started investing with friends and family's money because I saw that there was a lot of money to be made in just buying and renovating apartment buildings. So I was simultaneously doing that while doing the brokerage. And then so 2016, I started Vault, and then COVID hit 2020. But 2017, I noticed that Google created a AI system called AlphaGo.
yeah, I remember that.
And so that really kind of made my attention really focus back in on technology and AI. And so I started looking for my way out of real estate to put more of my attention to AI and technology. So
was that the video that Google played? I think I remember where they had the AI like calling and setting appointments. Is that what you're talking about? I remember I watched some video of that around that time, and it was the AI actually calling like a hair salon or a restaurant or something, and it was making calls to live people. Is this what you're talking about?
Actually, AlphaGo was basically an AI system that could play the game of Go. It's a Chinese game. It's like more complicated than chess, and it was just sort of a huge stepping stone. It defeated the grand champion and basically showed that it could think basically on its own.
Mm-hmm. So you watched that, and that got you going, all right, on AI. So take us through this journey of your own brokerage and growing that, and what did that entail? Did you have any other agents working for you at that time?
Yeah, I had 10 agents with me, and I tried a different model where I was paying the real estate agents instead of just commission only. So I was experimenting. I've always liked to experiment and do things slightly differently. So ultimately, I decided not to keep pursuing that because the investment side was just really crushing, and I decided to. And then COVID hit, so I just decided to kind of pivot away from Vault. So that was the move.
That was the move. So take us through this transition. Then you're going from Vault, and now you're moving into AI. So like, kind of walk us through that and kind of where you're at with this Dispatch AI, and then we can talk about how we met.
Yeah. So really, it was 2022 actually. I spent a couple of years in the crypto arena and went down that technological rabbit hole for a couple years, and then ChatGPT launched, right in 22, 23, and that's when I jumped in, and that's when I started tinkering and figuring out, what the AI could do. And the first thing I noticed was that the AI could find people that I wanted it to find. Um, and then and then that just kind of spiraled and continued and until 24, it became more capable and could write better messaging. And then 25 was really when it got to the point where it could do the job. So we met kind of towards the tail end of 25.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
We met through Janine Ehrentrout, who's one of our leaders here at Lit. And I remember she said, you got to meet this guy, Eric White. He's doing some cool stuff with AI, and you know how much AI stuff I get pitched on a weekly basis. I did one call this last week where this guy said, hey, we can literally create videos, avatars from just a prompt. And I was like, yeah, whatever, like show me what it can do. And I was kind of blown away, right? So I came to this call not knowing what to expect. And I think our conversation, Eric, was just something, because I understand a lot about AI. And I was like, this is different, right? So how did you meet Janine? Did you use your system to meet Janine, or did Janine meet you? Because she's really good at using LinkedIn to meet people too. So
Janine, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe my AI system reached out to you and she responded that she was interested. And actually, I think it was another account that Janine sort of manages. And then but yeah, it was my system on LinkedIn.
Okay, awesome. So then we were starting to have a conversation in that first call, right? And I was like, man, if you were to put your because you had your license pretty much just sitting over there, not doing anything, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Right. And so what was it that either I said or Janine said that made you go, this sounds like a good idea to come put my license over at EXP?
It's so interesting. Both you and Janine are just go-getters. You're proactive. You're different people. I meet with people nonstop, and most people are very reactive. And you guys are big thinkers. You're getting after it. And so honestly, that's just like, I told you, and you mentioned, I got goosebumps because I actually did, because you get what's happening with the AI revolution. You see where this is headed, and the fact that you're just working on growing, it's what I want as well. So,
well, I'm going to make an announcement here that you don't even know about, Eric. And I just got a message this last week. A new partner is going to come on board. And they have one of the biggest databases of realtors in the world. And then I'm going to give them all of my data. And then you imagine what we have started already. And then you take that on top of it. Are you excited now, brother? I mean, come on, let's go. Let's go.
Second goosebumps, man. No, it's just, I know you can see what's coming up, and I can see it, and it just makes me so excited because our worlds are about to change. So
absolutely. I think about 5 years ago when we started the Legends International team, and Eric, we hired 5-6 virtual assistants that spoke 2, 3, 4 languages each. And Brian Gullickson and Chris Business, they were running the South American operation. I was running India, Europe, and we were using these VAs to talk and translate. Man, I would spend an hour call when I would normally do 30 minutes in just English, and I would do an hour call to try to accomplish the same thing. And I just think about where we are today. I did a meeting this morning where it was mostly in Italian, and I just turned Google Meet's AI translator on the subtitle, and I was able to just roll through that. And I was like, man, we are at such an inflection point in technology and most importantly, real estate. And I think that we are on the cutting edge, right? So talk to me about, you were starting to grow this thing, dispatch AI agents in the US. And then I came to you and said, hey, dude, let's go worldwide, right? So you really don't even know a whole lot about EXP other than maybe your exposure to it a little bit here and there, right? So.
Yeah. Basically, I mean, my business partner SJ actually, he was in real estate with me, and he had almost joined EXP, so he kind of brought it up to me. So I'm now seeing EXP everywhere. It's kind of like, you get a red car, and now you start seeing a red car everywhere. I'm learning more and more, but I love the fact that you guys are global, because I think the system sending personalized messages in different languages, is the conversion rate is going to go up dramatically.
Yeah, and so we'll dive deeper into that in our
Okay.
third segment today. So I want to leave a little
Gotcha.
bit of some
Yeah.
breadcrumbs here, but we're going to get to
Sure.
that and tease everybody with that to stick around all the way to the end. But I think that what you've built is just the start of something even bigger, right? And when I think about all the capabilities,
Yeah.
and I think about how far we've come in the last just few months, and I think about when they started mapping the genome, right, the DNA strain project at MIT, and that they knew that they would do the majority of the work in the last couple of years once the technology caught up, right? And
Yeah.
I think we're seeing a similar thing with AI today. And I think that those of us that grind right now really hard and put in the work and get the systems in place, that in a year or two, we are going to be leaps ahead of everyone else.
Yeah, it's super exponential growth, and it's hard for the brain to really comprehend just how fast these AI systems are growing and how intelligent they are. But they're going to be able to, leverage our work dramatically. So
Yeah. And I look at it this way, it's going to make our agents more productive, more effective, right? So you could be able to get more done with the same amount of time or work less, right? And I think that that's going to be the capability. And I think when we get down to it, the most difficult thing is the sale of real estate, right? And it's an emotional thing. And you know it, having
yes.
closed millions and millions of transactions, that for an AI to do that work, I think we're a really long way from that. But
Well, I mean, I think the human to human connection is not going away. In fact, what I've found is that most humans have an AI phobia to a degree, and so that presents amazing opportunity, actually, for those, because they'll still want to communicate with you, but the AI can handle all the busy work, all the BS work that you don't want to handle anymore, and just connect with humans.
yeah, yeah. So with one piece of advice that you could leave somebody who's here today looking at EXP or this opportunity with us, for the first time, or somebody who's trying to make the decision whether they want to get started, what would be your last piece of advice before we end our interview today?
Um, Yeah, I mean, real estate is an incredible spot to be right now. I mean, it's going to explode, and the fact that you're with potentially Jason, that's number one. Actually, is like, you want the right mentor and the right person and people in your on your team. So
Well,
yeah.
thank you. I didn't pay him to say that, so thank you so much, man, for the compliment. That's really humbling to hear you say that. But I think um, people need to start thinking globally, but acting locally. And that's the key upon these systems. It's going to enable you to do things without borders now, right? And I think that's the largest opportunity that exists in real estate. And it's the largest opportunity that exists at EXP Realty. And we know as an organization, because we've grown other network sales organizations in the past, and we know the largest growth, Eric, comes from international. And so we're just about to open our 30th country, but we're going to be in 50 countries. So 21 more countries will still be launched before 2030. So the largest growth of the company is still in front of us, right? And I think that that's the most exciting part about everything. And we think about technology is going to be able to allow us to grow and cross those borders with almost no effort. So thanks, Eric, for coming and doing this interview. I'm looking forward to our third segment today and going over what is Dispatch AI agents. So stick around, everybody, for that.
All right. Thanks, Jason.
Thank you.
Hey, I hope you found value in today's legendary interview with our special guest.
If you'd like to see more interviews just like this one, make sure you subscribe to the channel.
And if you'd like to learn more about today's guest, I placed all their contact information in the description below. Who knows, maybe they are the mentor you've been looking for. And if you're looking to make a change who you are partnered with in real estate, feel free to book a no-pressure private Zoom call with me. During this private call, I'll share with you how we help real estate agents leverage their language skills and cultural connections to close more transactions both locally and internationally using cutting-edge lead generation technology and marketing techniques. If you want to find yourself in a different situation in 90 days or in a year from now, it's important to find the right partners that can mentor you, have the right strategies, and are willing to give you the roadmap without asking for an additional cut of your commission. With the unique EXP Realty model, it's a collaboration, not competition mentality. The numbers don't lie either. So if you're curious, reach out and set up an appointment. I look forward to meeting you. Feel free to check out the other videos I have here on the channel about EXP Realty too, in case you're just curious. Otherwise, drop your questions or suggestions for upcoming guests in the comments below. Once again, I'm Josephine Jordan, your go-to global real estate coach with the Legends International team brokered by EXP Realty. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you don't miss any future videos. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.